I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com, and this is my Smart American Accent training. In this video, we'll look at how to pronounce pie and pie. So you probably noticed when I said pie, it sounded the same for both of these words, and that's because pie, the Greek letter, and pie, the dessert, have the same pronunciation. Just two sounds in these words, although you'll see three symbols when you look in the dictionary. That's because the I is a diphthong, which means it's a vowel sound that glides between two positions. So we have other sounds like E and ah, where we just have one position. When we're saying pie, we have to slide and move on that I sound. The other words that have I, for example, I like my eye, or I as in I am, bite, etc. I want to just demonstrate for you how this I vowel happens. And when we look at pie, I also want you to watch out for making sure that you have a little burst of air for your p sound. In American English, pie, we have a little bit of a release of air. So sometimes non-native speakers, especially Indian English and some other backgrounds, will do more of a bye without that release of air. To an American ear or a British ear, that's going to sound like you're saying bye, as in goodbye, or bye as in buy something. There is a difference. You're using what's called an unaspirated P. In any rate, it's going to help you be understood when you're saying pie to practice saying that p sound, making sure you can feel some air on the release. All right, so then now looking at our I diphthong, I like to call this the white light sound, just so that you have some ideas about how we typically spell it. Often we spell it with an I, with an E at the end, or IGHT, like in light, right, bright, etc. And to make this I sound, we have to move from the position of something similar to an ah up to something similar to an I. And what I mean by that is that if this were to represent your mouth, when you're saying a word like be, eat, the E vowel in beat is really high and in the front. So my tongue fills up most of my mouth. There's just that little E sound. Then when I lower a little, I have the I sound. Or if I open all the way, I might have the ah sound, like in bought. Forward, I have bat. So we have all of these different vowel sounds. When you can visualize the difference between the E with a closed mouth and the ah with an open mouth, you're most of the way for what you need for the I. So when I'm saying I'm not going directly from ah to E. It's somewhere a little bit in between. So I want to have that kind of open feeling, then I close my mouth as I go. I. You should feel that your tongue lifts and your jaw closes. So trying that vowel, I, pie. Typically it's not so hard in a word like pie because you have time to hold that I sound. It seems to me that we could also look at pie spelled like this to help you think about the word I. Depending on how you want to rewrite it, it's just a way of visualizing that vowel sound for the I. I think when you see the diphthong this way, for many people that doesn't really help them think of the I sound. That kind of looks strange and you're not used to reading those symbols. So thinking about it like just letter I, ITE, or IGHT for something like light and white, or EIE if you can understand the I spelling. Okay, so when you have the I, something like pie, buy is going to be easiest. Then moving to words like bite or tight, where you have to say another consonant sound after your I, just make sure that you're holding the I long enough and you're moving to both positions. One of the errors I hear on I is that people will just say the ah sound. This is also a regional difference in the US dialects. So in the South, they might have a tendency to say more like pa instead of pie. They may draw it out and hold it long, but they don't always have that slide between the two sounds. Okay, I hope this has been helpful for you in understanding how to pronounce pie. It's a fairly straightforward word, except that that vowel I, that diphthong, may not be a vowel that you're familiar with, that you're used to using, and just being able to see it rewritten in some different ways should be helpful for you, I hope. I'll be back again tomorrow with another Word of the Day class, as well as on Friday, we have our live question and answer class. You can join us, type your questions in the chat, and I'll answer them for you live. You can get help for all of the vowel sounds and all of the consonant sounds of English in our Sounds of American English course on speechmodification.com. It'll walk you through all of the different sounds, how to make them, what you need to do with your mouth, what error patterns to watch out for, also different variations on spelling to help you because, of course, in English we don't have consistent spelling. We have patterns and rules, but it's not enough. A lot of times you have to know a little bit more information to understand what sounds should be in words. I highly recommend that as a good foundation course for understanding everything you need to know about pronouncing English. And also that course is available for under $2, so it's quite a bargain. It's just trying to make it broadly available so it can be a good resource for you. Thanks so much for those of you who have joined the channel as channel members and subscribed. I really appreciate your support. Feel free to leave your comments, requests, and questions in the comments for this video or any of my videos, and I'll make sure that you get the answers you're looking for. Thanks again for watching and for being here today. I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com. Remember, if you want to sound like a native speaker, you can do it. speechmodification.com. Bye guys. See you soon.